My name is Steve Whitehorn, Managing Principal of Whitehorn Financial Group, and we're the creators of the AE Empowerment Program. The AE Empowerment Program provides practice and risk management solutions that minimize risk, increase profitability, and speeds up cash flow. Today I'm going to talk to you about our program, Empowerment by Design. If you're looking to have greater impact in your projects and your relationships, and you want to be able to focus on what's truly important to you, your vision, your passion, your creativity, this is something that you should absolutely consider. What I'd like to do first is kind of reflect on my golf game. And the reason why I want to do that is because number one, I'm a lousy golfer. But secondly, you'll recognize why this is so relevant. The problem with my golf game is, first of all, I only play 3 to 4 times a year. But the other problem is, anytime I'm near water, I always hit the ball into the water. When the ball hits the water, what happens? Yes, it goes to the bottom, but it makes ripples. Firms spend time, money, energy, tons of energy on trying to fix the ripples, but they do absolutely nothing to fix the reason why they're hitting the ball in the water in the first place. I'd like to start with a story or a parable I heard about 6 months ago. The parable has to do with a wise old philosophy professor who on the first day of class goes to the front of class and he takes out a glass jar and he puts it on a table. And then he takes a bunch of 2-inch stones and he puts it into the jar. And he turns to the class and he says, "Is the jar full?" The class says yes. And then he takes a bag of pebbles and he proceeds to put the pebbles, or pour the pebbles into the jar. And he gives a little shake and the pebbles seep into all the crevices between the stones. And he turns to the class and he says, "Is the jar full?" And the class with a chuckle says, "Yes, the jar is full." And then he takes a box of sand and he pours the sand into the jar. And he gives it a shake and the sand creeps into all the spaces. And then with a chuckle he asks the class, "Is the jar full?" And the class responds, "Yes." The professor said, "The jar represents your life. The stones are the things that are important to you. Your passions, your interests, the things that you love, the things that inspire you, your family, your relationships. The pebbles are all the other stuff that are not nearly as important, such as your car, your house, your possessions. The sand represents life, all the things that happen, the weeds of life that just kind of get in the way." What the philosophy professor said was that the interesting thing is that if you pour the sand into the jar first, there's no room for the stones. The lesson? Focus on the important things in life. The rest is just pebbles and sand. Easy to say, hard to do. 7 years ago, I walked into a client's office, very famous landscape architectural firm. And I turned to the managing principal at the time and said, "How you doing?" And she said, "Great. I actually did a drawing today." Is that amazing? Let me tell you something. 90% of firms, what we find is 80% of their time, the principals of their time is spent in the weeds doing this stuff. And only 10 or 20% of their time is actually doing the things that they love to do, the things they're passionate about doing, the things that actually make the firm money. Imagine if you could turn that around. Imagine if you could invest 80% of your time and focus on the things you love to do, the things you're passionate about doing, and the things that actually make your firm money. Imagine the kind of impact you would have. I want you to think about the potential you had since the first day you decided to become an architect or an engineer. Imagine if you were able to find a way to unleash that potential. It would be unbelievable. I will say to you that, working with design firms for the last 20 years, I truly believe that there's a crisis going on, and quite frankly, we're on a crusade. The crisis actually has to do with your future relevance. Because our clients get sued all the time. Without question, our clients are the weakest link in the chain because at the end of the project, the owner has no money and the contractor obviously doesn't want to pay for anything. And our firms, our clients, unfortunately are the only ones with deep pockets, and that's why they have insurance. What I'm saying to you, is that if you are willing to invest in terms of your time, your energy, your focus, your passion, and change your firm from a practice to a business where you can focus on the things you love to do. If you want to have a huge impact on the industry, on your projects, on your relationships, and you actually want to be happy, this is how you're going to do it. What I would say to you at this point is this, without question, is the most overlooked solution. It's practical, it's simple, it's foundational, it's resilient, it's sustainable. I love this word. It's linear. It's so easy to do, but you have to have the courage, the leadership, and you have to have the willingness to make the vision I'm going to create for you a reality. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the segments of Empowerment by Design. If you certainly have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to us. And I hope that you do good work with good people. Thank you.